Good morning and happy last day of January 31st, 2024. We made it to the end of the month already. Welcome to Breakfast with Bridgett at 7:30 on the dot here. I'm your host, Bridgett Ellison. We're getting you ready for this Hump Day Wednesday, and it's a little chilly out there. Meteorologist Candace Campos is standing by in the Pinpoint Weather Center, and we talked about it this morning, how, we need a jacket this morning, but this is like one of those typical, like normal weather days for us today.
Yeah, it's nice. Temperatures are technically warmer than we've had all morning long this week, but it's still light jacket. You and I are both still we're both kind of rocking the same color. It's still kind of
Mm-hmm.
long sleeve esque kind of weather, but throughout the day it is going to be warming up really nicely today. We'll be into the 70s. We are watching a cold front, and folks think, oh, that just means rain in the forecast. This is a very dry cold front, so once it comes through. It's not bringing a big drastic drop in temperatures behind it. There's no crazy instability. There's barely any moisture associated with it. What we will see, though, is the breeze. That's going to be starting to really pick up within the next few hours, Bridgett. But that cold front will kind of reinforce just this really nice weather we've been dealing with this week, right? So that's why people love to be here in Central Florida during this time of the year.
This is
So right
true.
now we're in the 40s still in Ocala. We're at 48 degrees in Orlando, 47 degrees there in the Kissimmee area. Now, later on tonight and into early tomorrow morning, there will be the chance, though, of seeing temperatures a little colder. Now, here's kind of what we're talking about with the winds. By about 10, 11 o'clock, we're going to start picking the winds up between about 10 to 15 miles per hour. Could start clocking those winds upwards about 15 to 20, especially along our coastline throughout the afternoon. And it will stay kind of breezy even as the sun goes down. So once that front clears, you see now our winds are northwest later on in the day. That's all thanks to that cold front that's clearing. So temperatures later on tonight will be dropping back into the 30s and 40s, but we'll have a little bit of a wind chill factor kind of in play. So as we take you here for your last day of January, as Bridget just mentioned, temperatures are going to be in the low 70s, still a breeze in place. Temperatures tonight will be in the 30s and 40s pretty much area wide. Could shave off maybe an extra 3, 4, maybe 5 degrees off those actual air temperatures. But let's kind of show you what's going on. So here goes that cold front. You can see not much, maybe a little more cloud cover at best. Then we have a big ridge of high pressure in control. I just advanced it too early. So here comes that cold front coming through the day. Then you see that big ridge of high pressure behind it will move in. Modeling is picking up to a little bit of cloud cover. Really, that's about it when it comes to anything different in the forecast this week. But then as we head into your Sunday, we are watching the approach of our next cold front. We'll have that warm fronts kind of sweep through, bringing with it widespread rain. There will be the mention of a few scattered showers potentially in the forecast, with the skies clearing come Monday, cooling us back down into those 60s. So it's a big weekend. It's a Pro Bowl weekend. Saturday, not bad at all. We'll be in the mid 70s, still looking mainly dry. We got the Olympic trial for marathon runners on Saturday in downtown Orlando, so that's a big deal. We're looking good weather-wise there. But Central Florida, once again, on the national stage for Pro Bowl, and we'll have rain in the forecast for Sunday afternoon and into the evening. So here's kind of what it looks like. We've got Groundhog Day, Friday morning. Temperatures will be in the 70s on Friday as well. But not a bad looking forecast. Will dry out, cool down even further early next week. But, it's one of those things we just kind of have to manage with the rain. Unfortunately, it does come on a Sunday, so a lot of people enjoying the weather forecast, enjoying the weather
I
out
got
and
rained out
about.
at a Pro Bowl a few years back too. I feel like it's just that time of year where it's like more likely to happen.
You know what? And we talked about this. Justin Warmouth and I were talking about it
Yeah.
during News 6 Plus yesterday after the noon show. We were
Take
talking
six.
about how
Hmm.
it's just on Take 6, and it was just you just time it. I mean, if they would have been Pro Bowl would have been any day this week,
I
it would have been
know.
perfect,
I
you
know.
know. But it just the timing just
Yeah.
never seems
I
to work
remember
for football.
distinctly like getting just waterlogged from the car to the process of getting into the Pro Bowl, and
Yes.
it was a mess. But once we got
And
in,
there was one year that it was
yeah.
also really cold and rainy.
Hmm. That might have been the one
too.
I
So
went
it's
to.
just
Mm-hmm.
so I mean,
Yeah, it's a coin toss with
it's still
that.
better than most places across the country. I mean, you have a better shot of having a nice Pro Bowl here in
Right.
February than pretty much anywhere else.
And they know
But
more people are likely to come here than if they had it, say, at Hawaii or somewhere. You know, this is a
right,
major
right.
attraction area, so there's a lot
We got
more
a
than
lot. We
just
got
the Pro
lots of things
Bowl.
to do.
Yeah.
Yes.
So we like that little boost to the economy. So that's nice. And these days, like a day like today is just such a great day to get out, have lunch outside, get things done
Hmm.
outside. So it's really ideal, just other than the pollen. So we'll take it. It's nice.
Oh yeah. I mean,
I know. As we
poor
say in
Steve
South
over here is
Carolina,
having to
bless
hear
your
me like
heart.
blow my nose and oh yeah, so
But you
glamorous
sound
back
better.
here.
You sound better though, so that's the main thing.
Yes, yes.
So,
I'm clearing things out. I'm Dr. Bridgett has been helping me out
well,
navigating.
I was gonna be a double major, medicine and journalism. But
Were you
then,
really?
yes, I was gonna double major. I was in the health careers club. I was all on that track because, journalism didn't pay well. So,
Right.
but
Don't we know that?
it's still one of my
I didn't know
passions.
that. No wonder you really
Yeah,
you. I
I'm really
remember
into
during
health. Yeah.
during our News 6 at 9 when you started doing when you took over Ask a Doc, you just
Yes,
really
I love
enjoyed it.
it.
That's awesome.
Yes, I really am into it. And for a while, I did do the health reporting like 13 years ago when I first got here. And actually, we're going to have a doctor on Friday to talk about all these things that are going around. Because, we've been through the flu, we've been through the strep. And like
Yes.
we had that scary story this morning about strep A and how bad that can turn on you. So there is a lot
Right.
to still watch out for and keep our hands clean and cover our mouths. It's just spray everything down. We're still
Yeah.
in that phase for now, but
Don't live with children.
Yep.
Steve just said, "Yep."
yeah, Ethan
So
Ethan gave me an Eskimo kiss the other day with his runny nose. So you gotta love those babies.
I picked
So
up
yeah.
Sienna while we were walking into ballet class yesterday, and she was like, right in my face. I was like, well, "Okay, great. Well, you didn't have anything yet, Candace. Now you do have
Oh,
something." So
oh, hang in there, hang in there.
yeah, they're so cute.
Yes, we
So
love the
cute.
babes. Well, all right.
Love the babes.
Here we go, February tomorrow. Thanks, Candace.
I know. Get ready for it. Bye.
Bye. All right, we were working on Trooper Steve, and I think that he is standing by. He's right next door to Candace there. Um, had some trouble with results one, I take it.
I just had to shut down everything multiple times, and then your lovely producer insisted that I make it on here so that I am
Thank
here smiling
you.
at my desk as my truck is not
It's
ready
good
yet. So,
lighting.
uh, I set it up real nice here. Candace might be a little jealous of my setup right here. I got a light, I got everything. Oh, yeah, I know, I know.
You need a
If the
light.
producer's gonna make me get out of the truck and stop me from preparing for the road today, I'm at least gonna
Well,
set
at
this up
least your
nice.
stream starts at 10 today. Tell us what's
Yeah, but
up.
it's an hour and 40-minute drive, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh, okay.
Oh, yeah, some
Yeah.
little passive aggressiveness here
Ugh.
today. So,
But give us a
I
quick
love you
well,
guys
so give
either
us a
way.
quick recap. So yesterday you had the baseball speedometer.
Yes.
Today you're up to something. So give us the
So
update.
yesterday I went down to Melbourne off of Wickham Road between Aurora and the O'Galley area. So it's a 35 mile an hour speed zone out there, and drivers, a viewer had said, "Hey, look, there's schools out here, there's small businesses, and yet people are still flying." So I take everything with a grain of salt because everyone's a little iffy about their traffic stuff. So I went out there, and I would say 80% of the cars are doing what they're supposed to be doing, but the other ones you could see the 50 plus. And it was quick, it was obvious, and it's just that little stretch right there. But the good thing was, I did see a large law enforcement presence while I was out there just patrolling around, whether it was Melbourne Police Department or the Brevard County Sheriff's Office, which was nice. But I tell you what, Bridget, the coolest thing out of the whole experience was 5 people that naturally knew I was going to be out there came and found me. It was the coolest thing ever. This lady named Sue and her husband found me as I was parked on the side of the road. And then I just like, let me change up locations. And another guy and his buddy who were electricians found me in their work truck. And then I'm at Wawa trying to be inconspicuous, doing my own thing. And the Brevard County Assistant Battalion Chief for the fire department was like, hey, you said this morning you're going to be out here. I drove all around looking for you. And I go, shouldn't you be out fighting fires or doing something? But awesome time out there. And it's really cool when the viewers, Melbourne's a hot spot. I tell you, Melbourne is a hot spot. And then today, complete other location. I'm going to be way out in Flagler County, North
Okay.
Flagler, up towards the Palm Coast area today,
Yes.
uh,
Been a lot of
along
news
State
out of
Road
there
1.
lately.
Yeah, it's kind of crazy. So, don't get a lot with results one. Previously, we weren't able to get up into these far areas, but now it's been tested and proven. So we can really dive into these local
Mhm.
communities. So there was a specific question about State Road 100 east of 95, some right turns, lights, and all that stuff. So we're going to go check
Mm.
that out. I'm going to give my opinion on that around 10 a.m. over at clickorlando.com. But I do
Is
have
that like a
access to Max
residential
3.
part or more of a business area?
It looks
You got to see
That's a
when you
good
get there.
question.
Okay.
It looks transitional on the map. So like where you would find your Publix or your TJ Maxx or something like that. That's where it kind of looks like it's kind
Okay.
of located.
And the
So
person
we'll
who like
see.
highlighted this, are they gonna meet you out there maybe, or you might be
Well,
at
we
work?
emailed them and told them that we're going to be out
Okay.
there today. So I don't have her phone number. Hopefully, that'd be so cool. So if you're watching this morning, Breakfast with Bridget, and you are the one that submitted this question to me, meet me out there. I'll be out there from 10 to 10:30. And then I heard the Flagler County Sheriff's Office is having some kind of chili cook-off around noon. So I may
Oh,
just stop by there and have
stick
lunch.
around. Mm-hmm. Yes.
Um, but yeah, good day yesterday, beautiful weather. Today, same thing. I'm really excited. So I'll give you your traffic real quick
Yeah.
if you want to jump over to
Mm-hmm.
Max 3. Your drive times across Central Florida pretty good along I-4, east and westbound, 31 minutes Kissimmee to downtown, and 22 coming in from Lake Mary. That earlier 408 car fire that was on the left shoulder in the eastbound direction, meaning you were headed towards Waterford Lakes, is no longer blocking any travel lanes. You can kind of hear Candace in the background there. On the left shoulder, I'm trying to whisper just a little bit, but that has been cleared out, so no major delays. Earlier, we had an issue on the turnpike. What we're looking right now is a turnpike camera facing northbound at State Road 528. On the right side of your screen, we did have some issues there on the right shoulder. They have cleared that up, but a road ranger is still out there, but no delays, and that's what matters. So just be careful. Sand Lake and Orange has been cleaned up, and then the southern portions of the airport, Boggy Creek, Simpson,
Candace,
Buenaventura. I love saying, yeah, Candace,
it was.
Candace sneaking up behind me over here. I love saying Buenaventura Boulevard. Looks pretty good. And then Kissimmee St. Cloud, you guys are in the clear. So as you just take it nice and easy this morning, you'll be good to go. And just be clear. But if you're up in Flagler today and you see results one, anytime you see results one, give me a polite little double honk. I don't want any of those 5 second holds, but a little polite little toot toot, and I'll give you a wave as I'm going by.
All right, super. Well, have fun out there. I hope you can catch the chili cook-off. We'll see you at
I'll
10.
let you know. I'll post about it. Bye.
All right, thanks. Bye. Some big news in theme park news today. Epic Universe unveiling new details. Of course, that is Universal's biggest, newest theme park, planning to open next year in 2025. News 6's Ezzy Castro has all the details.
An epic reveal. Universal Orlando giving us a first look of its newest park, Epic Universe, set to open next year. And already, fans are making plans to come back for the opening.
It opens next year. You want to be first in line to be here?
Yeah, probably.
So, what can we expect? Well, the park will include a brand new hotel, all sorts of thrill rides, and themed worlds, such as How to Train Your Dragon Isle of Berk and Super Nintendo World. We spoke to theme park expert Dr. Duncan Dixon, who explained the new park is expected to bring in more jobs and more tourism to Central Florida.
Every theme park that opens, adds to the luster of the town and the size and the expanse of Epic. They're going to be able to hold a lot of people there.
And this is so exciting. And as he joins us live now, you're out there. And like you mentioned this
Yeah.
morning on News 6 Mornings that, you remembered covering this a couple years ago when it was just land out there. They cleared it all
There
out.
was
And
nothing.
so what, now that the
Yeah.
sun is up, like what can you see from there? And what appears to be visible so
Let me
far?
see. Let's get creative. I don't know if I can flip my camera with my phone. Oh,
Okay.
goodness, I probably can. But
You can
it's
always
really loud
test.
out here.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. I don't know. What can you see out there? You see some cranes,
Can see some
kind of,
trees, power
some
lines. Yeah, I see some
trees.
cranes. Yeah.
You
I
got some
do see a
cranes over
little bit of a
there.
top of a building or some sort. Is that one
So
of
I
the
I
attractions?
believe that's the hotel. Yeah, I
Okay.
believe that's going to be the hotel that's going to be on the property, which is so cool because a lot of these parks, I mean, the resorts, the hotels are surrounded by the parks, but they're not in the park.
And
That's what's cool
orient
about
people
this one
where
right
that
here.
is because, I know where it is, but if it kind of tell people sort of where you are because this isn't really that close to the traditional Universal parks that you think about when you think about Universal, even though it's close to Universal Boulevard.
So definitely it's not where Islands of Adventure and Universal is, because you guys know those two are literally right next to each other. This is right, if you think about International Drive, we all know International Drive, you see the big wheel. This is all behind that. So you
Mm-hmm.
won't be able to miss it. It's right by the Lockheed Martin property as well. So I'm actually off Mandarin Drive and Sand Lake Road.
Mm-hmm.
So pretty busy out here because right now people are going to work. It's a very busy road,
Can
but
you see the big wheel from
yeah,
there? Can you see
yeah,
like the big, yeah,
yeah,
so you're kind of
yeah,
behind it. You're behind iDrive, but you can
correct.
see the
We're
wheel.
behind iDrive.
Yep, yep.
Mm-hmm.
So that's gonna turn into a
Mm-hmm.
much. I mean, it's already a busy corridor through there. It's
Yeah,
gonna get a
yeah.
lot busier pretty soon, and they're doing more construction there around that Sand Lake Road exit and I-4. So there's still so much to do before they can open next year. What do you think? Have they given us a timeline for when next year? Because I mean, it's already. I
So
mean, tomorrow's February
that's the
1st.
thing. I okay. I just it's funny enough. I just posted that January felt like 6 months.
Yes.
We're still in January technically today. It's like, oh, thank goodness we're getting into
Mm-hmm.
February. But
Mm-hmm.
Universal's not telling us just yet exactly the date. They're just saying 2025. Now, Bridget, if you remember, like I said in my live shots this morning, I was here 2019 when they made the announcement that this was going to happen. So
Mm-hmm.
the plans I believe, were to open this actually before 2025, but because of the pandemic, that put a
Yeah,
lot of stuff behind.
it did.
So, yeah, so that kind of, it was tricky for them because, they were supposed to have construction start on a certain date. And obviously, with the pandemic, put a lot of things behind. So, but I mean, if you think about it, here we are in 2024,
It's
and
true.
yeah, there was nothing here. I remember I came here by myself. I was a multimedia journalist, which means that I was carrying my camera, I was doing it all, and I parked right here by the gas station and I did my live shot from here, and I'm like, man,
Yes.
there's nothing behind me. Where's this
I
park going?
know. And it's so
Well,
funny because that whole corridor is building up because Universal's put in all those new hotels right there as you head from Universal into
yeah,
iDrive where it connects and there's just huge hotels stacked up in there already where
yeah.
Wet and Wild used to be.
I
So,
know. I
and they're
remember
they're
Wet and Wild. I used to go there for high school trips.
Yes. And then I think
Yeah.
Justin Warma did a story about some of the housing that would be available for prospective employees to this area that is starting to grow some more.
Mm-hmm.
So they're getting
Yeah.
ready.
Oh, they are, and that's what our theme park expert was explaining yesterday to our Jerry Askin was this is going to bring jobs. And I remember back in 2019, definitely a big impact for Central Florida because this is just another theme park, another reason why people are going to want to come here. Super Nintendo World,
Hmm.
people have been flying to California just to go to that. So now they get to do
Yes.
this here in Florida, which is pretty cool.
It really is. It really is. And so these worlds, I mean, I didn't know there could be more Harry Potter, but I mean, there's more
I know.
Harry Potter.
Well, there's like a million books, right? So I mean, they can go on and
Ah,
on.
I feel like that could be a major in college, Harry Potter
The Harry
knowledge,
Potter
because
classes.
it's a ministry of
Yeah.
magic, right? Who
Yeah,
knew? I didn't
yeah,
know.
and How to Train Your Dragon. Are any of your kids like? Do they like those movies, Harry Potter
So
and How to Train Your Dragon?
they're not quite there yet. They're not quite there yet. But
Okay,
then, just more things keep coming. So, like, we have a birthday
yeah.
party this weekend, and I was asking my daughter what her friend would like for her birthday, and she told me
Mm-hmm.
the name of something I hadn't even heard of. So it's a lot to keep up with, all these different
Yeah,
fictional series. And but the cool thing is
and the
it's
movies
based
and the
off books,
shows.
and then
Yeah,
there's a way to make it a learning experience, I guess, if you wanted to sort of tie a lesson
yeah,
plan into it, and then maybe end with a field trip
I
at the
know.
theme parks.
I know. I think the Super Nintendo world, like definitely millennials are obsessed with that because Nintendo 64 was such a big deal back in the early 2000s.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
wasn't a video game girl, but I remember Nintendo 64.
Hmm.
I tried it out. I mean, I can tell you my husband's a big kid. He's really looking forward to Super Nintendo World. He's like, I
Yeah, it's
can't believe they're doing that.
nostalgic. My daughter
Yeah.
was Toad for Halloween, and I made her costume, and
Yeah.
it's so fun, to see these worlds and these
Yeah.
characters revive for like our children, because like my son is
I
into
know.
Leonardo from the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, and so everything's
I
just
love the
coming back
turtles.
around. Yeah, so we need a
I
Ninja Turtle
know.
world, right?
I know. Let's we gotta talk to Universal about that. Yeah. I'd love that. Because I love Ninja Turtles. For the
Yes,
viewers, you guys want to get me gifts? Go ahead and get me something with Ninja Turtles
you
on
do.
it.
She has a Ninja Turtle blanket.
Yes. It's actually right
Oh, you
here.
have it.
It- yeah. There's my blanket keeping me warm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
So,
it
but
is
just fun
exciting.
stuff.
Hmm.
It
Well,
is.
I'm looking
It
forward
is.
to
It is.
more
It's
updates,
great.
Ezzy. I know that you'll be out there as much as you
Yeah.
can bring us updates, but it is exciting to
Oh, I
finally
love the
have some
theme
more
park stuff.
details. Yes.
Oh
So
yeah, I love the theme park stuff. Our producer Landon McReynolds has been really good keeping us up to date with all that information. And any chance I get to do these type of stories, I'm all in. I love it. I'll get on a
I
roller
know
coaster.
the more the
So I'm
better.
I'm all about it. Yeah.
Yes, yes. Well, I love it too. Ezzy, thank you for this update, and we'll check back in with you. I guess at
Yeah.
noon you'll have some more for us, or you headed out to a different assignment now.
I will have a different story, kind of like a getting
Okay.
results story. So you guys will
Okay.
watch at noon. You'll see what it's about.
All right. We'll see you in a few hours. All right.
See
Thanks,
ya. Thanks,
Ezzy.
Bridget.
All
Bye.
right. Bye. So we'll take a quick break. We'll be right back with some more updates for you. All righty, we are back. I want to tell you about a dangerous strep A warning, and this is something that you'll want to be aware of. News 6's Treasure Roberts has more.
Friend since high school, Nigel Smith, left home January 7th and hasn't been back since.
It doesn't feel like home without him here.
They both had sore throats that day, but Nigel started vomiting and could barely get out of bed. So she took him to the hospital, but never thought he'd be there this long. Doctors diagnosed him with an invasive form of strep A. Smith's health deteriorated and his organs began to fail.
His kidneys, his liver, his heart was working at 15%. And then after that, somewhere in the mix, he had a stroke.
Did you at any point think that he wasn't going to make it?
I had to leave the room when he was getting intubated because I was so scared. That was the most terrifying thing I've ever been through in my life. I thought that I wasn't going to see him again.
According to the CDC, invasive group A strep infections are life-threatening. This occurs when bacteria has invaded parts of the body where it's not usually found, like in the blood. Preliminary data shows infections increased in the fall of 2023, primarily in adults.
Have you noticed a lot of respiratory illnesses going around this year?
Yes, 100%. That's why we didn't think much of it. Because everybody, before Christmas, like after Thanksgiving, everybody was getting sick.
Kuhn says Smith is a creative through and through.
What is this one right here?
This is his self-portrait that he did with oil painting, I believe.
Nice.
We got his, this is his most prized possession.
Wow.
His, scroll of artwork.
She hopes he can get back to what he loves soon, including her and granola.
So granola really must miss him, huh?
Absolutely. And he misses her a whole lot.
Important health information there. And we have many events happening this weekend, like we mentioned earlier, Pro Bowl weekend. And it's a busy sports weekend downtown. Also, MegaCon this weekend in the attractions area. You can always sign up for clickorlando.com Central Florida happenings under newsletters at clickorlando.com to stay up to date on everything happening. We'll have more about that later this week. In the meantime, that'll do it for us here today on Breakfast with Bridgett. We see you bright and early tomorrow morning at 7:30.